Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mindfulness Mondays. This is our penultimate session where we are going to be looking at transforming relationships. So, we're going to get stuck right in with our first meditation exercise, a loving kindness towards a difficult person. I'd like you to prepare for this meditation in the usual manner and begin to repeat your words of loving kindness for yourself. Or, if you find this difficult, perhaps repeating words of loving kindness for an important person in your life. If you find yourself struggling to find words or phrases, try using one of the following. May I be safe? May I forgive myself? May I be free and happy from suffering? May I safely endure this discomfort? May I find peace in my heart? May I be strong? May I learn to live with ease and well-being? And may I accept the circumstances of my life? I'd now like you to take 5 deep, satisfying breaths in to center ourselves within this present moment. On the final breath, perhaps take a moment to be thankful for the luxury of the breath that we do have. Place 1 or 2 hands on your heart as a reminder to bring loving attention to yourself. Now, bring an image of your difficult person to mind, reminding yourself that the difficult person is too struggling to find his or her way through life, and in doing so is inadvertently causing you pain. Say to yourself, just as I wish to be peaceful and free from suffering, may you too find inner peace. Staying with the breath, repeat the following phrases softly, keeping the image of the difficult person in your mind while sensing the value of your words. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And if you find the phrases to be too long or distracting, perhaps try matching the out-breath with one word: safe, peaceful, healthy, ease. And we'll stay with these words or phrases for the next few minutes. You may have found feelings of aversion, disgust, anger, guilt, shame, or sadness immediately arise. You may have found the phrases sounding hollow alongside these emotions. If something has come up, try to give a label to the emotion that you're feeling, such as sadness or anger. And practice compassion for yourself. Perhaps by saying, "May I be safe?" or "It's okay to have these feelings." When you find yourself feeling better, try again with a difficult person, bringing him or her to mind and applying your phrases of loving kindness. 99% of loving kindness meditation for the difficult person may actually focus on compassionate meditation for oneself. And if this is the case, try using self-compassionate phrases such as, "May I be kind to myself?" and "May I accept myself just as I am?" If you in fact did not find yourself struggling, continue to think of the difficult person and to be present with your phrases or words of loving kindness. We'll now spend the next minute or so going back and forth between yourself and the difficult person, extending your words or phrases of loving kindness, making sure energy of goodwill pervades this meditation session. As we bring this meditation to an end, I'd like you to begin to release the difficult person from your mind and say, "May I and all beings be safe. May I and all beings be peaceful. May I and all beings be healthy. May I and all beings live with ease." Repeat these phrases or words of safe, peaceful, healthy, ease over again in your head as the image of the difficult person slowly fades back to black. And when you're ready, I'd like you to open your eyes. And this brings us nicely on to our first exercise of the day, soft feelings behind hard feelings. As we continue to sit quietly, maintaining a nice, even breath in and out, in and out, I'd like you to reflect upon a situation in which you found yourself experiencing strong feelings of anger and or resentment. We'll allow ourselves about 30 seconds to bring to mind this experience. Notice what's happening in your mind and body. What is it that you're feeling? What stories are present? See if you can label any feelings and tie any stories to moments in time. And now, sitting with the breath, see if you can relax and scan the body for any additional feelings present. Ask yourself, is there anything that I need that I'm not getting in this situation? And if you've noticed that there is something you are not getting, try holding these hard feelings compassionately. Noting if anger is there, or perhaps jealousy. And soften into the emotions, applying compassion towards yourself in the situation. And of softer feelings, so sadness shame, they arise. Hold these compassionately as well, taking notice of what's happening in your mind and body in this moment. Gently ask yourself, what do you need now in this moment? And how might you give yourself what you need? And once you've figured out what it is you need to hear or do in this situation to have your needs met, I invite you to, over the next week, try to implement steps to ensure that this happens. So up next, we have our second meditation of the day. So a compassionate friend. I'd like you to, again, sit in a comfortable position, reasonably upright and relaxed, and gently close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to settle into your body. So 2 or 3. And put 1 or 2 hands over your heart just for a moment to remind yourself to give yourself loving attention. I'd now like you to imagine yourself in a room that is safe, cozy, and comfortable. A perfect room, just the way you'd like it. The lighting is perfect. The furniture is just right. And the smell makes you feel calm, content, and at peace. Let's take a few minutes to make yourself comfortable in this room. Now, in a few minutes, you'll be receiving a visitor to your room, a light being who embodies the qualities of strength, wisdom, warmth, and unconditional acceptance. This being may be a known person, like a grandparent who passed away, or it could just be a warm and loving presence without any particular form at all. This being of light would like to visit you for a while. Your room has a door that only you can open. When ready, please go to the door and open it for your compassionate friend who's coming for a visit. Invite him or her in. Place yourself at just the right distance from your compassionate friend, not too close and not too far. Just enjoy the company of this loving being. See our compassionate friend in your mind's eye and enjoy his or her good company. There's nothing you need to do in this moment except to savor it. Your compassionate friend would like to tell you something now. Something that is exactly what you need to hear right now in your life. Listen carefully to what your compassionate friend has come to say. And if no words come, that's okay too. Just share his or her good company, as that's a blessing within itself. To be present with your friend, comfortable in silence, listening out for anything that perhaps you should hear. Soon your friend will be leaving again. But before that happens, your friend would like to give you something, a material object. As you place your hands together, your friend reaches out and puts an object in your hands, or perhaps this object simply appears. This object, it has a special meaning to you. What is it? What did you receive from your compassionate friend? Look at it carefully. Why did you receive this specific object? How do you feel having it in your possession? It's now time for your friend to leave, but take solace in knowing that he or she can return at any time. Open the door. Enjoy his or her good company for a last moment, and bid your friend a loving goodbye. You're now alone in your room again. Let us take a moment to savor what has just happened, enjoying the words and the object that was given to you. Know that you can invite your friend back at any time. And when you're ready, you too walk towards the door. This is time for you to now leave. Take one final long look at your room, taking in the colors, textures, light, and smell. Open the door and walk out to the other side, knowing you can return to this room at any time you wish. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Great. We'll now move on to the second exercise, which is letting go of resentment, something that is often easier said than done. I'd like you to let yourself sit comfortably and quietly. Bringing attention to your body, your posture. Are your shoulders straight and upright, or are they slightly rounded? Are you supporting your torso using the muscles in your abdomen? Or are they a little tired today? Bring kind attention to the breath as you breathe in and out, in and out, in and out. I'd like you to bring awareness to the story, the situation, the feelings or reactions that it's now time to let go of. See if you can name them gently. So, anger, grief, and hold them compassionately. And as you do this, always continue to breathe. Gently ask yourself, do I have to continue to replay this story? Do I have to hold on to these feelings? Is it time to let it go? If it's not time, give yourself compassion for not being ready to let it go. And if it is time, if you would like to let this go, say to yourself, letting go, letting go, letting go. Softly repeat this phrase to yourself as you also soften the body and feel any space that arises as you let go. Sitting quietly, notice if any of the feelings, thoughts return. And if you found thoughts returning, that's perfectly fine. Simply return to softening into the phrase, letting go. And now this was simply a short exercise, and you may have to practice this 2 or 3 times in order to let go of the resentment, but it's something that you are capable of doing. And again, if you find yourself not feeling ready, that too is fine. Simply attend to yourself with compassion, knowing that one day you will be ready. We're now moving on to the final practice of today, which is an informal practice of forgiveness of yourself and others. We all make mistakes, and this is because every thought and action is the product of a universe of invisible causes stretching back through time and outward across the planet. For example, I've inherited my temperament from my parents and my grandparents, and many of my actions are shaped by untold interacting elements of my environment, the climate, people, food, culture, current world events. Therefore, I have a very limited knowledge and control over precisely what I say or do from one moment to the next. And when we make a mistake, it's natural for us to feel remorse. Remorse is a useful emotion that alerts us, to a mistake. However, when we resist experiences of remorse, perhaps because we are embarrassed, then remorse may actually turn into guilt, shame, rumination, defensiveness, and perhaps drawing ourselves back inwards, shielding ourselves. A healthy response to our own mistakes is self-forgiveness. And there are 4 steps that we can take to facilitate this process. So, to begin, open ourselves up to the natural pain of remorse, noting its presence and accepting that it's there. Step 2, recognize that it's only human to make mistakes and to try to understand some of the factors that may have led you to your mistake. Maintaining awareness that all suffering is human, and to be human is to suffer at times, to make mistakes. Step 3, offer forgiveness to yourself. We all forgive other people for their mistakes, often with greater ease than we forgive ourselves. So perhaps offer yourself forgiveness by saying, may I forgive myself for what I have done, wittingly or unwittingly, to have caused harm. And step 4, resolve not to repeat the same mistake. And as we know, again, we are humans. And if the same mistake is made again, attending to yourself compassionately, opening yourself up to the pain of remorse, and again, recognizing that it's only human to make mistakes. Now, the second part of this informal practice looks at forgiving others. Now, why do we want to forgive others who have caused us harm? Because by forgiving others, it's often the best thing we can do for ourselves. Forgiveness is a way of letting go of pain. When we forgive others, we release the pain of anger and bitterness. But we can only forgive others after we have validated our own pain and learned to comfort ourselves. So here are some steps for forgiving others. Be open to the pain that the other person has caused you, acknowledging its presence. Offer yourself compassion for how you've suffered. Perhaps by saying, "May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering." Try to understand the forces that made this person act badly or that shaped his or her personality. Offer forgiveness to the other person by saying, "May I forgive you for what you have done, wittingly or unwittingly, to have caused me harm." And lastly, resolve not to be harmed again. And should this person, wittingly or unwittingly, cause you harm in the future, again, opening yourself up to the pain, offering compassion for what you have suffered, and take a moment to try to understand the forces that have made this person act badly so that you may offer them forgiveness. So, as we come to the end of this session, homework for the next week, should you wish to, would be to continue practicing loving kindness towards a benefactor, yourself, a neutral or difficult person. And when you notice uncertainty or discomfort arising, practicing that compassionate friend meditation, returning to that perfect room. Great. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week for our final session in this 8-part self-compassionate loving kindness meditation course.